What's up, everybody? I don't know if you can hear me or not. If this is working, let me know. Having some difficulties over here, and I don't know why it's giving me problems with my other. Sorry for dropping that thing. I'm trying to pin this stupid thing, but I don't know. I can't see it on my other thing. It's just son of a bitch. You can hear me loud and clear. I don't know why I'm trying to pin this stupid Cash App up there, and for some reason, it's not letting me see it. But fuck it, who cares? I don't care. All right, what's up, everybody? What's up, Georgie Grasso, Brian, Carol, Angry Sig? What's up, bro? James Ratwood. Yeah, wait till I show you this video, and we're also gonna go over the stream he did with this woman that I found on C's channel. Let me drop C's channel in here because something's wrong with my thing. I don't know. My own things didn't pop up that I posted, but who cares? I'm gonna post C's channel in here where I got this video from, and I forgot to put it in the link. Sorry, C, but I will put it. I will paste your video. I mean your channel to my comment section. This is C's channel. If you can do me a favor and go sub to C's channel, and I also put DADDYGATE podcast, and I also put Chancer's channel on the bottom. I hope we should all support our cousins across the pond who are being cancel cultured and actually being defamed by the dude Atwood. And it's pretty. What's up, John? Yankees Peaky Blinder. Oh, God bless Wales. Shout out to Wales for sure. God bless the great Welsh people. Yep, Carnarvon Castle, all the beautiful castles in Wales, man. Mind someone else's business. What's up, brother? Make sure you drop your link. Make sure you sub to this guy. He's been a long time supporter and follower and helping me with videos, and just like Nikki Juice and Bubblegum Gangsta and Fanukery, all them guys who helped me with avatars and all kinds of stuff, memes. They made all those memes. A lot of people are like, you make some funny memes. Those memes weren't made by me. They were made by some of my paisans. But just give it a second. I put C's channel in there. I'm going to go to my playlist, and we're going to watch first the little message that Atwood said. It's very weird. He's got like an eyes wide, a rear end wide open face mask, and he also lies. I see what Chance is saying about how he lies, and he says that people are calling. I never called you a pedophile, number one, Shawn. I don't think you're a pedophile at all. I do not think Shawn Atwood's a pedophile. I think he's a creepy kinkster who takes advantage of guests on his show. There's no proof he's a pedophile. I think it's just creep. He's got some creepy kink thing, and and it's a fact that you took advantage of that woman, Callie. That is a fact. So we're gonna watch a video that with a woman. I don't know who this lady is. Named Sonia. A woman named Sonia. We're gonna watch her video that was taken down. And a lot of the UK people really can't see this because the kinksters, the simpy kinksters have been striking people. Yeah, and Atwood hit me with a defamation claim. Atwood, yeah, they come from Kinkistan, Marky Mark. That's where they come from, Kinkistan. They're Kinkistonians. They love furries and weird stuff like that. But yeah, he hit me with a defamation claim. I don't care, but listen to what he says. Watch. And then we'll get into his apology video on the woman Sonia's channel. Come on, don't tell me. Well, my luck, this will be a buffer in time. Yeah, of course. Jeez, a fucking goal. Come on, work. What's up, Code Red? Teresa, Burn Till I Die, Tracy. Sometimes if I miss some people's name, I had someone the other day. It's like, hey, why aren't you saying hi to me? It's like, man, don't think I'm not saying hi to people. It's just that sometimes I don't see, or I take my eyes off it, and I might not see a comment. So don't get all in your emotions if I don't see a comment and say hi. Wow, man. I'm going to have to shut this down and redo it, but I'll just shut it off. Just stay in here. It won't go down. Just going to have to shut this down and come back because, like, you know how my shitty computer is. So I'll be right back, folks. Don't leave the chat. I'll still be, I shut it down, but I'll be here. All right, we're back. Let me share this again. What's up? Combat Medic, Cuban, Tracy. Rats, they're fully exposed. What's up? I like your avatar, man. We need more mob rats out there. More mob rats exposed and foul. And we got mob rats UK. We got mob rats UK out there. All right, let me enlarge this and get it to work. Because after this, we're going to watch the interview where he went on his apology tour and stuff like that. He talked to a psychiatrist lady, and he really slanders Chancer, the cat, William Wallace. And he's trying to say that they're saying he's all like they never said he was these things. They are critiquing him and judging him on that video and giving their opinions. Mob Rats France, nice. We need some. We need some. Wow, there's some Frenchmen watching. God bless you. Vive la France. Parlez-vous français? Oui, oui. Bonbons. What's going on, France? All right, let's see here. And now, believe it or not, yes, this is the guy Atwood trying to be serious with some bizarre Rothschild party mask. I don't know. It's weird, but.
It's been fully explained. Why did I put a defamation claim against Mob Rats Exposed? Anyone who repeats the lies put out by the leeches and parasites that I am a gay, pedophile, police informant, child abductor.
I've never said that, and I don't think Chance. I've maybe I got to watch all his videos. I don't believe he's saying you're that, and I never said you were that. Okay. I just said you're a creepy dude, and that's my opinion. You're a creepy guy who took advantage of a victim on your show, and you're supposed to be an advocate for people who are abused. I don't think you belong as an advocate with those kind of kinkster dreams and fantasies.
Doctor, anyone who repeats any of those lies put out by those parasites and leeches trying to destroy my reputation. For a year, I've just sat silent, but now I'm standing up for myself, and we will be striking and defaming, getting those defamation claims in. against those people.
Yeah, he's put defamation. I'm sure he's done it on Chancer. He's gave him defamation claims also. Thanks, James. Let me put on what he put. Atwood is wearing an androgyny. I don't know what an androgyny. I can't read well. I dropped out in first grade. Mask is, but that's just bizarre to me. Yes, Ava. I don't know what that mask is. What's up, Aggro? Hey, Angel, what's up? Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? Bobby, King Prince William of Orange, you beat my James at the Battle of the Boing, but I still love you, cousin. Still love you, cousin. Even though I wish James would have won, okay, but I still love you. Because James was Catholic, and I'm a Catholic, but still little miss can't be wrong. What's up? Dell, what's going on? Scott, yes, he is an idiot. What's up, Medic? Brian, one of my loyal buddies right there. Durky. Cuban B, Viking. This guy's been subbing me for a while, too. Crosshatch. I'm reading some other old comments. All right, let's finish this. Teresa, Bob B, M. Coop, what's up, man? Yeah, the dude is a freak. Gino, what's going on? All right, well, let's get back into it. Now, I kind of not want to, right here, I kind of not want to roast the next video we're going to play. I actually want to try to be fair in this, but I'm going to speak my mind on the kinksters. Oh, yes, I am, you little kinksters, because I never called you a pedo, rear end wide open. That's what this mask reminds me of, the Eyed Wide Shut movie, or whatever it's called, that pervy movie, Degenerate. What's up, John?
Right, on a lighter note, Malta, he asked us who would I like most to model my...
How can I take some guy serious with a Medusa mask? All right, this next one's interesting right here. I guess this is called the prank interview with Sonya and Shawn. Now, I'm probably going to catch a strike for this. 100%. Going to catch a strike for this, but it's worth it. Oh, my God. I got to delete things in my... See, these people striking me, I got to upload videos. I got to upload them to my other computer so it doesn't make this buffer like this, because I got a real crappy computer. Come on.
Shawn has been very decent and fair and open, prepared to step
All right,
up to the plate.
All right, now I don't know who this woman is from A Hole in the Wall, but I guess she's some sort of psychologist.
And so we're just gonna take it on.
And this is Shawn going on this lady's channel to explain the DADDYGATE stuff and to really call like Chancer and all them guys trolls and bulliers and stuff. Well, let's watch it. I'm gonna try to be fair. I'm not gonna make fun of George Boy. I mean, Boy George over here. I'm not gonna do that. Maybe a little.
Aren't we, Shawn? We're gonna face it head on. We haven't discussed this. There is no prearranged chat that we've discussed.
Tracy
Shawn has been very
Damiano, what's up? Jeff Atwood.
Face the questions.
Look at that name. Atwood's fake illegal team. Stool Pigeons. What's up, man?
He's not asked for anything to be filtered, for me not to go into any areas, none of that. Being completely transparent.
And I believe this was from... Does anybody know when this was from? It was from a while ago. I guess Shawn was trying to get on top of this DADDYGATE stuff, and you just watch.
All needs so much in alternative media these
I
days.
couldn't, John, for some reason, I couldn't drop my Cash App. For some reason, it wouldn't let me pin it. But it is in the description. But you don't need to send nothing. But it's in the description. I couldn't drop it for some reason. It wouldn't let me pin it or nothing.
So I'm hoping that this will be an opportunity where, you know, a great deal of awareness can take place. So, Shawn, let's obviously start with what we know. And that was you were obviously being mercilessly trolled by somebody who has trolled me, who has trolled victims and survivors, a man with a very long history of trolling. I'm not going to name him. I'm not going to send any more traffic.
I
his
don't know who they're
YouTube.
talking about right here. I'm not sure who she's talking about right here.
Observe that. And if people are concerned why I'm referring to this person as a man when everybody else has been referring to this person as a woman, it's because this man is transsexual and uses a female name. But seeing as
okay, she's talking about the guy who was dressed up as the Transformer. She's talking about the guy, and actually, Atwood actually went on his channel, and the guy made peace. Or I found out how to do it. Made peace with him and something like that. I don't know. We'll get into it more. Just let me do this stupid thing. All right.
Likes facts, so do I. He's an adult human male, and I will refer to him as such. So this is all about Shawn being trolled and Shawn's victims and survivors who are coming on the platform being trolled. Shawn, let's start. You sent 2 videos in total to the troll, which you knew he would upload to YouTube.
Yes, plus photos.
And the first one was Callie, who is a trafficked...
All right, does this make sense? Why would he send the DADDYGATE video to trolls? Think about that, folks. Why would he do that? Listen to his explanation.
Who has been on your channel several times, and she was in costume on her knees. Is that correct?
Correct.
And tell me about that video. Was that you filming her?
Yes.
And that video straight away, obviously, is problematic for people, Shawn. I don't need to tell you that. Tell me the rationale behind that.
Okay. I got trolled for a year by the person you mentioned. Not just me. It was water off a duck's back to me, but that person started to troll numerous of my podcast guests, including yourself, Wildman, James English, Anna Breeze, John Wedger, Wilfred Wong. Now, to troll activists is one thing. Activists are on the front line of exposing illegal abuse of pedophiles and other heinous activity. But then to start attacking victims of pedophilia, such as Mike Tarraga and Callie.
Well, I don't know if that androgyny person trolled them and did mean things to them, but I've heard Chance's videos and I've never seen him do that. So I don't know.
Just started to raise it to a new level for me. I feel particularly bonded to Callie after she attempted to commit suicide at my place, and I grabbed her when she was halfway over my balcony. And I've got a very protective thing, and my YouTube followers
halfway off his balcony.
Supported Callie to the extent that they donated money to enable her to get her own place and to be reunited with her son after a year. And the week she was reunited with her son, that troll put a video out saying that we had raised money to traffic girls, we were back on drugs, I was back on drugs, and that the house that she was in the son with was actually a house that we were trafficking girls through.
I can't.
Now, I just snapped, and it was emotionally immature of me. And I did an apology video last night to the people.
Well, if you did an apology video, you understand what you did was wrong. So why not just take the blame? Just stick with it. Why are you saying that all these guys are slandering you and stuff? It makes no sense.
The prank video has got...
Yeah, androgyny has now flip-flopped on his side.
80% approval rating on my channel right now, but there was some concerned people expressed a viewpoint like you just expressed.
Sorry, the guy who sent the super chat. Thanks, Rocco. It took me a few minutes. My StreamYards is lagging, so I'm like clicking on different. I can't even get to the new comments. It's just lagging bad. It's because of all these friggin' scumbags striking channels, and I have to upload videos. I'm gonna put them on a whatchamacallit, on a different computer, so this doesn't happen. Because these people aren't gonna stop me. from doing this.
Show the video, so I'm going to get to that. The troll was urging her followers to call social services to have Callie's son taken away because we were partying.
I don't know if this androgyny person did this or not. I don't know, but what he's saying right here is what Callie trying to commit suicide in his house, and he had to save her from jumping off a cliff. I mean, off his porch or whatever. That's just bizarre. And Chancer said he would like to see you should release the police report from that night.
Up in doing drugs and trafficking women through the house that my followers had kindly donated.
He's lying. He's over. All right. No, I don't think anybody's saying he's a trafficking, because I don't believe he's a trafficker. I just think he's a guy with a podcast with a little power. He had some girl come on there, and he's a kinkster, so he thought it was cool and kinky for him to do videos of her dressed up as a child, and that's sick. I'm not saying you're a pedo, man, and I don't think the guy Chancer is neither. I didn't hear him call you a pedo.
To help her get in the safe situation after coming out of this absolute horror story. So, urging people to snitch and just attacking a victim of abuse, to be so evil like that, I snapped. I've announced on the channel that I'm launching a war against pedophiles, and we want the ends of the war on drugs.
Well, see, there's the problem, Shawn. If you're launching a war against pedophiles, which is cool, everybody's for that. But then when you upload a video of a woman who was sexually abused by a pedophile, of her on her knees, dressed up as a little girl in pigtails, people like that shouldn't be advocates, because that turns you on, or you got off on it. I don't believe, like he said in this video, it was given to trolls. For what? Why would, thanks, Tommy, why would you send that videos to trolls? It makes no sense whatsoever. Who gave me a strike? FPS never gave me a strike. No, Anthony. It's hard for me to stay with the chat right here, but no, he didn't give me a strike. John Panisi did.
And I classified this troll in my immature state as a military target, because not only had this person attacked activists.
Oh, John, thank you for the cash app, man.
So that all, being nice was off the table. In that emotional state.
John, thanks for the cash app. And Bobby, thank you for the thing. Emotional state, he's saying, listen.
Ramped up war. I just thought, to trick this person, I have to go and do things that are completely out of character.
Listen to this story. To trick a troll. Just listen to this, and any normal person can see through this. To trick a troll, you're going to make some creepy video of some woman who was abused. And even if you were trying to do that, you're wrong. Okay? There's no reason to make any victim of sexual abuse dress up and relive that sexual abuse. There is no reason for that. Catching a troll, whatever you think the reason was, which is BS.
That would not be expected. To feed this person photos and videos, they would have to be so despicable that that's the only way the troll would accept that they were being
bullshit
given to her by one of our friends who was working against us. We just created this character.
I don't believe that. If anybody believes that, well, I got a bridge in Brooklyn. I want to lease you for 6 weeks. And I have a Golden Gate Bridge also in San Fran. I can also lease you, if you believe that.
We had to go so low.
Eric Olson, thank you. Eric Olson for the Cash App.
This to make it believable. And I went too far, and I do apologize to the people who've expressed their concerns.
I would like to just jump in here just a second. The
Go on.
80% approval rate, I need to take issue with that straight away.
Yeah.
Because there should not be an 80%
Yep.
approval rate. And
There
the reason
shouldn't.
I say this, Shawn, is because what you stand for is fighting against the very people who abuse trafficked people. And there's a cognitive dissonance when people can come watch your videos and your videos that you do with me and say, we must go after these pedophiles. And yet they don't have a problem with a joke video which features a trafficked, prostituted, autistic, vulnerable female. That's a cognitive dissonance. They should not be having an 80% approval.
Exactly. And I didn't even know this woman was autistic. Oh my God. Like, this woman, Sonia, is 100% correct what she said right here.
That's where I stand on that.
And it's amazing that Atwood is such lack of awareness that he can't see that.
I think the absolute correct position, personally, is to acknowledge what you have done previously.
Yeah, John, I checked my Cash App. Thank you. I checked it. Thank you. Hit that like button, please, folks. Let's show these kinker strikers, the simp kinksters.
Small thing. You have brought such tremendous information about vulnerable and trafficked people to a mass audience. You have over 500,000 subscribers, which you have built up, which is not a small task, as anybody knows.
And yes, I'll give Shawn that. He has exposed and put a lot of stuff out there that these creeps done. But it still doesn't take away that you took an autistic woman with a drug problem, autism, who has been sexually abused, and made her relive that for what? Your story is to call the trolls out? I don't get that, man.
A lot of the trolling you get is fueled by jealousy. So, but my point is that
he's trying to say a lot of it is fueled by jealousy. No, I don't think Chancer, I don't think DADDYGATE podcast is jealous of him. They were fans of his. These guys were fans of his, okay? And they just disagreed and seen what normal people see, that making a victim do that is insane, it's perverted, it's degenerate, and it should not be done by an advocate for people against pedophilia. Like, bad look, bad move.
To me, no matter if they approved or not, it's wrong. It was just wrong. And I want to tackle that video. That video where Callie is you and her are in a father-daughter play role. That first video, right? She's on her knees, she's in a submissive pose, she's undoing your flies. She actually appears to be pulling back your pants, Shawn. That is problematic for a lot of people because it's everything that you are opposed to. And yet, I don't know what madness took place between you and Callie, that there wasn't a point where one of you said, this is insane.
Exactly.
We're going beyond low. Was there not a moment when one of you said, this is crazy?
Exactly.
Okay. I had a long chat with Callie last night, and she's allowed me to disclose something to the viewers that she didn't want to be disclosed. I'm not making excuses for what I did in my role in this, but it would be a mitigating circumstances from the perspective of the people who have said that I took advantage of a trafficked, vulnerable person reenacting this.
You did.
And made them relive it, and it probably traumatized that person. I completely agree with that. Shouldn't have done it.
All right, did you just say it? You completely agree with what Chancer is saying. What William Wallace, Chancer, and the DADDYGATE podcast is saying. You're agreeing with that. So why are you hitting defamation claims? I don't get what... This is bizarre. Thomas, thank you, Tom, for the Cash App. Thanks, man. But this is bizarre.
And they are 100% right about that. So the mitigating circumstance is that if you see the fire in Callie's eyes, she has channeled that in the past into pedophile hunting. She didn't want people to know this. She didn't want people to know because it would blow her cover.
Oh my God. Do you see what he's saying? He's saying, Callie gave me permission to tell about this top secret mission we were doing. So now he's going to tell us that the DADDYGATE video was because she was hunting pedophiles. Well, if she was hunting pedophiles, why would she be on her knees reenacting that with you? This is bizarre. And if that was the case, why would you send them videos to people? Why would you do that? Why? Because you're blowing her cover when you do that. So this makes no sense to me.
Put pedophiles in prison. She wanted to be a frontline troop in this war on pedophiles.
Okay, do you think that's smart putting a woman? I don't even believe this, but do you think that's smart putting a woman, an autistic woman who was sexually abused, on the front line to catch pedos? No, there's other people that can do that, and I don't believe that story. It's just this is all like a PR thing right here with him. I don't know this woman. So far, she seems like a good lady to me.
We classified
Mandrake, what's up? Brian, what's up?
Patrol as a military target, and we felt that we had to go really low. Now, this is when I was thinking irrationally, and I was in this war mode. We felt that we had to go really low and do this. Otherwise, the troll would have, if we'd have sent something lighter to the troll would have suspected that we were feeding her the video. It was a mistake, but...
So this makes no sense. If Callie was undercover catching pedos, why is she dressed like that? Ever see Chris Hansen? Those people weren't, the decoys weren't dressed like that. There's no reason to. And why would you be sending her videos to trolls that would blow her cover?
Callie was all for it, and she's allowed me to reveal this to the viewers.
Hold on. The DADDYGATE podcast just dropped in here. I put his link in the description down bottom. He says, hold on, let me click on that. Sonya has her own scout. See, I don't know nothing about this woman, so I don't know nothing about her. But DADDYGATE, thank you for calling. Thank you and Chancer for going against the grain and calling something out that you believed was wrong. And I don't believe you called him a pedophile at all, and neither did I. Hit me with a defamation claim. He's just over, like, it's like, I don't get it. It's just insane. Listen.
What you're saying is you felt that Callie was more than strong enough to cope with this scenario that was taking place.
I would never, ever have put her at risk if I felt that she wasn't strong enough.
Wait. How is she strong enough to do this? You just said the woman tried to commit suicide. So if you had to pull a woman off a balcony and save her, why would you put her as a frontline pedo fighter, as a decoy? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's true. Callie was trafficked. I've got the paperwork here that, she's a victim of modern day slavery and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. DADDYGATE says Atwood has blocked our video in the UK. Everyone else can view it. Yeah, that's what he did with mine. Is that all he can do with the defamation? Or is this creep going to try to sue me? Which I don't care. All I have is a bicycle. I have a nice Trek bicycle. Even though it has training wheels, it's still a good Trek. You could take the training wheels off, Shawn, and sue me for that if you like.
And it's absolutely horrendous. And she's been through addiction issues, and she is vulnerable. But if you get molested from age 4, you've got that fire in your eyes like you see in her. She is as hard as nails.
All right, she might have fire in her eyes or whatever, what you're claiming, but she's not. It's not healthy to put her on a frontline decoy to talk to people, and it's just not healthy. Like,
oh, I can tell that.
Taking pedophiles down.
Yeah.
And we viewed this as a military strategy in our war against pedophiles.
Military?
Now, my problem I have with that is I don't doubt anything you've just said there about her, because coming from that past, I can see that she's hard as nails. That is absolutely clear and apparent. But we cannot forget that it was only a bunch of weeks ago that she attempted suicide in your flat, and you talked about that on your YouTube. So you can see why people are having problems with this, why they are saying. But with her history, what there is a control dynamic here. You are the one with the power. You're the interviewer.
Yeah.
She's the one without the power. So that is why there's a lot of problems for people. And I don't know this history of Callie. I don't. I can see that Callie is extremely calculated as well and has her own agendas for things, no doubt about it. Well, she's not here. I don't want to discuss her unnecessarily, but anything that overlaps with you, we will discuss, definitely. So you're saying, as far as you were concerned, she was more than mentally equipped to do this. This was something that you had fully discussed.
She'd already invested in, let's just say, items and equipment to take pedophiles down. Now, discussing this without
items and equipment, like what? A phone? Like all you need, like to call, like to find pedos on like sites. I don't know what he means. This guy is insane.
So she's probably not going to be able to do it, which is, with hindsight, is probably the
Thomas 59, my brother. Bring justice. Well, they're already bringing the justice across the pond. Cousins across the pond, Chancer and DADDYGATE are doing that. The DADDYGATE podcast. But the problem is, he's getting the defamation, so nobody in the UK can really watch these. But you know what? That's why you got your American cousins over here, just like to play our American cousins, and we got you back.
Her other main thing now is that she wants to interview victims of abuse and trafficking, and I think that it's best that she focuses on that.
I mean, as an aside, I think it's best that she focuses on herself and her son.
Exactly.
That's a whole other story.
Exactly. Focus on herself and her son.
Now, look, so Shawn, right, let's continue with this then. So obviously that video of her on her knees, you know why it's problematic to so many people, right? We don't need to keep going over and over and over it, because it's clear, you know, and everybody knows that that's been acknowledged. Right. So then you obviously did the bigger video that was sent out to the troll. And people had problems with that again for a number of reasons, and that was
the bigger video. So how many videos are there? Maybe one day this week or next week, because I got a stream part 7 tonight, Guilt for the Guiltless. I've been looking forward to that. Maybe one day this week would the DADDYGATE podcast, a chancer, maybe come on my channel, or I'll go on your channel, something like that. It's up to you guys. So maybe you can explain this to me a little better.
A prostituted woman was playing the role of a prostituted woman. You were playing the role of her pimp.
Yeah,
drug
right.
paraphernalia. You were pretending to take coke. You were pretending to take weed. You're obviously a responsible individual who has fantastically turned their life around. You go into schools, you talk to people about these things. And again, that setup was really problematic.
Very problematic. Did you just hear his excuse? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, what we did was all the things that the troll accused us of, we reenacted them. We did a video showing how we constructed the props, and we thought that by doing that would completely destroy the reputation of the
Wait,
troll.
imagine that. So he's willing to make Callie relive this vicious thing that happened to this poor girl. All to what? Make the troll lose credibility? Why even bother with the troll? Why even acknowledge it? Do you know why, Shawn? Because the truth hurts, and you should not be advocating for victims. Disgrazia.
After we fed the videos to the troll, and she put them out there, and then we showed that it was a complete fabrication.
Even if it was, let's go with this for a second. Let's say let's pretend he's telling the truth. It's still wrong, buddy. You're still making a woman who was abused do dirty things and or act like she's doing dirty things. It's still wrong. How can't you freaking see that?
I just want to say one of the other motivations for this was some of my podcasts.
Yeah, wise guy, he is.
Including Darren G. In recent months, this has happened to multiple of my podcast guests. People have set up fake accounts in Darren G's name. They've got online and they've groomed underage girls.
What?
Under these accounts' names. Took screenshots that it's Darren G, but it's a fake Darren G. And they've circulated these items on the internet so expertly I'm inundated with messages saying, how on earth, could you interview Darren G when he's grooming girls online? So one of my other motivations was to try and do something that looked so genuine to people that when they did finally see our reconstruction video,
oh my God,
it would possibly increase their critical thinking skill into scenarios like I've seen with Darren G.
Does anybody buy? No one's buying this, man. And that's why DADDYGATE's going to be your downfall, and it should be. You should not be advocating, and I mean downfall meaning you shouldn't be advocating for this stuff.
And other people showing how easy it is to just create something to destroy somebody's reputation.
How long were you planning this prank for?
This prank.
We've been planning this prank for a long time. It's been, we've been keeping our eyes on the troll, and it's just been building up and building up. But as the troll escalated,
this makes no sense, because somebody's trolling you. You're going to do a prank and put a woman and make a woman relive a sick situation like that. This don't make sense. This is all bullshit.
Our ideas.
Okay, so and Callie, obviously, as I say, she's not here, so I have to be careful what I say because she can't answer back. However, because you've been promoting her, there are some questions that you can answer. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think one of the other issues that people have presented to me is the obviously Callie's been on your channel a number of times through.
Yeah, the girl Callie has been on the channel many times and lived with him.
The generous donations of your viewers. Callie has had a GoFundMe set up and she's been able to move into her flat, which is fantastic news. It's a great fresh start for anybody. Be reunited with her son. That is all amazing. Some people don't understand why she would put all of that in jeopardy by doing a prank like this, which could be misconstrued.
Exactly.
Well, I've had a lot of people email me and say that they were so happy to see Callie go from the traumatized situation and the look of, shock and abuse that she had on her the first time I ever interviewed her. People are saying that they're happy that she's in a safe place now and that she's laughing and she's got a smile on her face and she seems to look much healthier.
Right. I mean, because there's many viewpoints about this. This is the reality. There are also people, as you say, 80% approval rate. There are also people who don't understand that this is.
I don't believe the 80% approval rate, number one. And if that is the case, like I said, the Kinksters from Kinkistan, demented. If you think that was a funny prank to call it a troll or whatever, you're terribly wrong.
Means anything. They just think that this sort of conversation is a virtue signaling conversation, but it's far from that. It's an important conversation to have because we live in a world where, especially the one that you and I inhabit, Shawn, and the people who follow us, which is full of so much mis and disinformation, and it's difficult to know who is legitimate and who is real.
Yeah.
And so I think this is one of the most honest things that we could have done, and that is just face head on what people are saying, because our work is really important, what we're doing. We've been gaining momentum week on week on the Saturday live stream. It's been phenomenal. We've got people from all around the world who support what we're doing.
Cuban B, 100% insulting our intelligence. It's hard for me to click on these or find even these comments. My computer's a wreck. Insulting feel like overcoming is gateway to pedophilia. Hold on. I feel like over kinky behavior is like a gateway. I do agree with you. When you're doing weird stuff like making women act like little girls, man, that's sick, dude. There's nothing cool about that or sexy about that. That's creepy.
They know that we want to protect children, and stuff like this is a distraction that gets in the way, that harms our enemy.
It's a distraction.
Allows them to have a stick to keep beating us with. And so one of the reasons why I was really keen to do this is to deal with it head on, to see that we're not running away from it. We're not Holly and Phil. We're not trying to gaslight the nation. You're my on-screen partner, but this is about being real. We're not, you know, their situation where they have to make, you know, announcements and everything. They stage manage it to the nth degree. We haven't done that. This is as open and honest as it possibly could be to show people that we mean business in what we're doing. And sometimes we may make mistakes in attempting to get things right. So just to continue with Callie, right? So you've been promoting her, obviously. She's had the GoFundMe, which has been up and running and which your viewers have been paying into, right? But there is some evidence, Shawn, and I want you to correct me. There is some evidence that she is still prostituting and she is still on the websites doing this, despite the good intentions that she has said on your podcast and people funding her. Is there anything you can say about that?
Callie has done sex work. She had a profile online, and we utilized that profile online to put out photos taken in my house. That was the first bait for the troll.
The bait!
That profile is now closed down, I believe.
This is bullshit.
Now that's obviously another problem. I mean, Shawn, I love you. I want everybody to know that I am incredibly fond of you, but the errors of judgment that you've displayed throughout this is like astonishing.
It is.
Like, I saw those photos, right? And of her where she's bending over.
Disgusting.
Right? This is obscene.
Obscene.
This is not okay that in your position,
that's right,
you are doing stuff like this.
Exactly. You are a so-called pedophilia advocate. All this stuff. You want to help and shield people. You're just taking advantage of people for your own sick sexual pleasures, in my opinion. That's what you're doing. And you're so full of shit. And this whole story, and I heard that, I don't know, was this taken down? Because I found it on some weird channel somebody sent me. This is insanity. And the lack of self-awareness of this guy is insane, man.
I have to be straight with you, Shawn. It's like that when you said on your video yesterday, we went lower than the troll. You're not kidding.
Yep.
And I'm just wondering whether there's an element of sabotage there for you. You're reaching new heights now, right? You know what they say, with every new level, there's a new devil, right? You're reaching new heights. You're reaching people who you weren't reaching before.
What's up, Callie?
Really listening to you. And I'm just wondering on a human level, whether there was some element of self-sabotage going on there, Shawn, based on your history.
Yes, my therapist said that I like to build things up, and then once I get successful, I self-destruct, and there's been this pattern throughout my life.
Just say you took advantage of the woman and just deal with it. This guy is such a baby. Spoiled brat.
This conversation is an attempt for us to be able to change that. And I want to make everything very clear here. I am
and I believe he backtracked after this. I believe he Charles Wolf, thank you, Charles. I believe he backtracked after this.
From some angel, right? I make errors and mistakes all the time. We're human beings. But I think what Shawn is doing here takes proper guts. People run away from these sort of situations and just facing stuff head on. And he's not. And Shawn, I totally respect and admire you for being prepared to do that, because you know I'm not easy on these situations. So you took those pictures, you set Callie up, you together on that website as for prostitution, and that was part of the sting, you're saying.
Wait a minute, I don't get this. If you're trying to catch pedophiles, why are you putting on a prostituting thing? Because they're not looking for little girls on there, they're looking for woman prostitutes. So this also makes no sense. And like I said earlier, why the girl Callie was living with him, he's doing fundraisers for her, she tries to commit suicide. And like Chancer said, I would like to see the police report of that night and what really went on.
Who took pictures of her as well.
Right. Okay.
And the pictures were disgusting. All right, here's the thing. This guy's a pedophile advocate, right? So for him to do this is just insanity, sick. And maybe, I believe that he's a kinkster. He's a kinky little devil who gets off on that shit. And that's why he does it. There was no sting I don't think there was a sting. I don't think it was to call out trolls. It was because that's what he wanted to do.
as I say, a lot of holier than thou people.
Tracy
comment
Tobin, yeah, it's called pimping. Tracy said.
on what you're doing, right? Tell me what.
Sorry, guys, my StreamYards is so messed up that I can't even click on comments. It's hard.
Now you've had a few days. Obviously, you turned off your comments on the prank video, which made me think that you knew there was a problem. What's your thought process now about everything?
My thought process about this is I have launched this war against pedophiles and campaigning to the end of the war on drugs.
Huh.
And by going from my normal mellow yoga meditation self, I have self-sabotaged and been counterproductive to the cause.
And
You've been counterproductive
I
towards Callie. You took advantage of her and most likely traumatized this woman to relive her traumatization. It's sick.
I don't want this to sound like you're giving some sort of confessional, right? Because the whole point about it is that I mean, when I was first getting involved in this whole, the reason why it's important to me is I've been on this road a long time.
What's up, Jenny Patterson? What's going on? I am cameraman, Mr. Diabolic. What's up?
And I can actually see a difference happening. I can actually see it changing from people like you and I being deemed as conspiracy theorists to being credible. And that's why, again, it's really important just to call it as it is and deal with it. So let's just get this straight.
Yeah, Atwood hurt the cause by doing this. He hurt that cause by doing this.
You and Callie, as part of this hoax for against the troll, you set up her on a sex worker's website.
No.
Go on.
She was already set up on the sex worker's website.
All right, so the girl was already on the sex worker's website then, and he's doing all this because to catch a troll? Or which is it? Is it to catch a troll or is it a pedo sting? Which is it, Shawn?
Right. Is she still on it?
You'll have to ask her that, but I have instructed her to delete that profile. It was used.
You instructed her? Why? Look, she let the woman make her own decisions.
Period of time as bait for the troll, and I've instructed her to that mission is over. And
I don't get it. Bait for the troll or catching pedophiles undercover? Which is it?
There is extremely graphic material on there. I don't need to tell you, which some people claim was taken in your flat. Of her, engaged in sort of, masturbation, really, frankly. And people say that was taken on your sofa and that you videoed that.
I took some of the photos and she had friends over who took some of the content.
Jesus, buddy, what the fuck? You took Come on. How can anybody believe you? Just come out and admit it. Just admit it.
I mean, it sounds mad, don't you?
Yep.
Yes. But in my mental state of emotional immaturity.
Oh my God.
Feeling that I have
okay, if you have a state of mental immaturity, maybe you shouldn't be helping and letting victims sleep at your house. Maybe you shouldn't be hunting pedos because you're not mature enough and mentally stable, dude. Maybe you should just be talking about selling ecstasy with Wildman.
Off the map. I felt the end justified the means, and now that I've calmed down and with hindsight and seen all the blowback, I realized it was a huge mistake.
What else do you want to say about it?
After the blowback, he realized it was a mistake. You should have knew it was a mistake while you were doing it. If I'm going along, let's say if it really was, which I don't believe, a pedo sting thing, and then these two things he's saying. First is the pedo sting, and then it's to call the trolls out. It's both disgusting and bad.
I mean, this can't have been an easy 48 hours for you because you'd planned this for a long period of time with her. And throughout it, there'd been apparently no point when either of you had said this is going too far. And then it got out to the public. And there's going to be different winds of it. Another reason why I wanted us to do this was because I feel this would be basically...
Chucky Wolf, what does the defamation claim mean to me? It means Vafatengul, George Boy. I don't care. I don't care. Do whatever you gotta do, moron. Listen, I see this guy as a bullshitter and a liar, and I do believe that I don't believe he's a child molester or a pedophile, okay? I believe that he just takes advantage of women that come on his podcast, and he makes them relive sexual trauma that happened to them, and that's a fact. He's admitting that, and I think he's a creep for that.
Scandal waiting to happen that our enemies.
But what can he do? He can probably, but he's been doing that to Chancer and them guys too. Will he go along with it and sue? Maybe. I don't care. I don't care at all, dude. You'll make it personal. I'll make 10 more channels and put 100 things. I do Mob Rats Exposed. But when I see things like this, I had to come out and do something on this.
Use against us, and it's best to deal straight away with it.
And not only that, I don't like how they're silencing Chancer and the DADDYGATE podcast, striking them defamation so nobody in the UK can see it. I don't like that. That's a rat move. It's a bully move. And it's a move when you're guilty. Because if Chancer was some troll, idiot, liar, and all this, then you wouldn't care what he says. If somebody came out right now and made a video, MRE hurt some woman, I would laugh because I know it's not true. I wouldn't even give a shit. I'd be like, yeah, they're lying. Prove it.
That is the most honest thing to do. You're not running off.
What's up, Stephen?
You're just here. So I just, from the responses that you've seen, what would you?
I like what
say?
David Todd says. They always hide in plain sight. That's a good point, David.
Express yourself.
Forget about it. Good point.
I'm really devastated that some of my followers and subscribers.
Wait, hold on a minute. Callie G is in prison right now. Really? Well, I guess Atwood didn't help her that much, right? So Shawn Atwood's school of helping victims did not work because the poor girl landed in jail, prostituting herself.
Have really been upset by this.
They should be.
Wasn't thinking of the potential hurt that could cause them. And when I read messages about people who've been following me for 10 years and they're saying that they're now calling my integrity into question.
Yep, yeah, as they should.
It's heartbreaking after, we've all worked to build this up to the point now where we've got this following that we can really have that energy directed into making some positive changes in the world.
Right.
And again, I apologize to those people.
Well, one positive change would be for you to stop advocating for pedophilia, or maybe stop having women who were abused or anybody who was abused sleeping over your house, okay?
One of the problems is that, again, it's anybody who is dismissive about it. They have to take account what this actually means. No matter how strong or hard Callie may come over as being, we cannot forget that she has been prostituted, raped, beaten. She's autistic. This has all the hallmarks of everything of somebody being very vulnerable, extremely vulnerable.
And he took advantage.
I just think that, I presume you've no plans to take down the prank video.
The problem with taking down the prank video now is it just remains. The actual leaked footage remains on the Trolls channel, so people will just see that.
Why are they trolls? Like most of your subscribers got pissed at you and questioned your integrity because look what you did. Look what you did.
Because it's convincing, they'll think that's true. Whereas in the prank video, we show how we fabricated all those props and we completely staged those scenes. So by taking the prank video down now, we would be opening ourselves up for a liability, I believe, whereby there's nothing out there that shows the construction of those videos.
The one video that didn't show the construction of, obviously, was when Callie was on her knees, and that was the one and that's what I use. And you know how it works, Shawn. Anytime there's a gap in information, people rush in with their their theories, basically. And so obviously the theory was that I don't know whether you've heard this. This is not something I've had a conversation with you about, but I'm going to say it so that people who have had this theory feel that they have been acknowledged. So the theory was that that first video was actually a legit video of you and her engaged in a sex act, which had been leaked. And so the entire prank video was constructed to cover up that first one. What do you say to that?
Yeah, there's that theory, and there's a theory that the photos were found, and then we constructed all this.
Right.
Okay, so here's what I say about this. For 5 years, I was trafficking ecstasy, and the authorities were trying to catch me, and I eluded them. They only caught me when I was in retirement. Anything that was done in my house that ended up online would not be online without me knowing it and without me having a strategy for it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you say that, and I understand you had a strategy for it, but coming from where I'm coming from, I do not know any strategy which involves taking down a troll by using an abused woman in sexual positions and reenacting her abuse.
Exactly.
And I agree, that does sound diabolical, and I take
it is diabolical. It is.
I don't want any of this blame to go on Callie. All the blame should go on me.
Well, then take the blame. Stop striking people's channels. Live with what you did. Stop having people over. And I believe he's backtracked all of this. I'm not sure though. I believe he said, I don't know, he's backtracked on all the stuff he's saying right now, and it's just sick shit.
Just refer to what I said earlier, the mitigating circumstance that Callie has professionally hunted pedophiles. She's got that fire in her.
Do you think a woman who was abused like that, prostitute and all that kind of stuff, autism, should be hunting pedophiles? No, she shouldn't. This is a bullshit story.
Something that makes her feel good after the abuse she's been through, to take these bastards down. And she viewed the troll, as I did, as a military target in our war against pedophiles. She was completely gung-ho for it. She has props to take pedophiles down, and equipment that she's invested in. And she didn't want people to know this, but because the blowback has been so big on the prank, after our long discussion last night, she said, all right, well, just reveal that, because otherwise it's going to 100% just look like you've just, re-traumatized a traffic
Keep
woman.
hitting the wrong thing.
She'd be happy to go on camera and speak to anyone about this and certify that.
The other thing is regarding this troll, we're talking about somebody who has hardly any followers at all.
Exactly.
Just like 1,500, and now they've gone up to like 2,500. So I don't understand why you gave this person so much credit.
Yep.
I mean, you've actually taken traffic to this very violent.
Exactly. She's ripping his whole story apart. If you're trying to take down a troll who has hardly no subs, this makes no sense. This is all bullshit. This comes from a spoiled little friggin' brat who has no self-awareness. This is disgusting.
Vulgar individuals YouTube. Why did you see this person as like a military target? Why did you give them more power than they deserve?
A military
target. I think because I've got so emotionally invested in what I'm doing with all the podcasts that we've been doing, and as we've moved from prison stories to people like John Wedger and
what's up, Jamie P? Yeah, this makes no sense. This guy, it's like, dude, you are caught in a lie. This is ridiculous.
Harriga and Darren Jeffrey and Annika Lucas, and hearing the stories of fucked up shit they went through. My rational side of my mind, but like I say, I do my yoga and meditation, my rational side of my mind that I normally operate from, I have started to move away from that. Because of, it's like that quote from Nietzsche.
Which one?
About looking in the abyss, and there's a chance you're going to fall into it. Mm-hmm. And as I've got less rational and more emotional, and I've got this mantra in my head now: war against pedophiles, end the war on drugs.
end the war against pedophiles by making a woman, an autistic girl who was tortured, molested, the whole nine, unzip your pants and take all sexual pictures. Come on, dude. Just say it was for your own sexual pleasure. You're into that kinkster kind of stuff. And just do your podcast on selling ecstasy.
Starting to feel more militaristic.
Militaristic.
And I just said to wipe this scum out that was attacking Mike Tarraga, who was a
Listen to this crock of shit.
In
so, Shawn, you attack every troll, so-called troll channel out there that disagrees with you and other people. This makes no sense.
To all these predators and politicians.
Yeah, Shawn Strikewood.
To attack someone who, to say that someone had just committed suicide was raising money to traffic girls.
Why is he deflecting?
On the week she'd been reunited with her kid thanks to the kindness of my subscribers.
Oh, the kindness of my subscriber. This guy is a self-centered narcissist, in my opinion.
Just fucking blew a gasket, and I just thought, it doesn't matter how low I go now, I'm fucking going to destroy this person. Yeah, when you get emotional, you make mistakes.
No, you're mad because you got caught. Chuck, what is DADDYGATE? Okay, this guy, Shawn Atwood, real quick, he's against pedophiles and all that. So he took a woman that was on his podcast a bunch of times, who was molested, tortured as a child. He took her on the podcast, and he took pictures of her unzipping his pants, and she was dressed up as a little girl with pink tails. He made her relive her sexual abuse and took all pictures with her and stuff. She tried to commit suicide at his house. And it's called DADDYGATE, and he wants it scrubbed off the internet. He wants to sue and torture anyone who brings it up and silence them. He's nuts.
And I've acknowledged that.
Understood. And the thing is it was clear after the Cali suicide attempt that you were heavily emotionally invested in the situation because...
So this girl tried to commit suicide, and then you thought it was a good idea for her to catch pedophiles? That's a bullshit story. You did it for your own sexual pleasure.
And I even said to you when I saw your video that you made after that event and how it impacted you, you look like a broken man. And so clearly you're obviously...
You know why he's a broken man right now? Because people are calling him out. He's a self-nar. He only cares about himself. He don't give a shit about Cali, in my opinion. He cares about what people think of him. He wants to be seen as a hero. And he also lied about Sammy Schmiegel Gravano. He said the Crypt Keeper was his rival, and Chancer proved that wrong. And Sammy said he don't know the guy, never heard of him.
Obviously very invested in Cali.
And yes, Cheech, the dirty pictures were taken on his couch.
Actually anybody's business whether you are personally invested in her, right? Because we're all entitled to our personal lives, right? Whatever anybody's saying and like, oh, are they? That's nobody's business whether you're a couple or not. That's literally nobody's business. But what is people's business is the fact that you've obviously made her public. You promote her in a certain way with a certain history that people are financially invested in. So she's become to a certain degree almost public property because that's what happens when people invest in you, and people then have a right to some answers. Anyway, so Shawn, another question that people have, and that was, how did you expect this prank to backfire on the troll? To alert people to the troll being a troll.
Listen.
So the troll has seen an increased subscribership and is bragging about that in the comments. But when the prank video was posted on that evening, the troll's channel was absolutely slaughtered by people who are following my channel.
What's this have to do with it?
Rubbing it in, the credibility forever was completely ruined. So we did drop a bomb on the troll.
What?
That was achieved, but the collateral damage was
Cali.
The backstep I've caused and the blowback.
No,
and the
you hurting Cali.
How can we move forward from this?
Well, it's a huge learning lesson for me to not do anything that could offend and upset and disrespect the subscribers and victims of sex trafficking. It was military action taken in the war against pedophiles. Because of the nature of the reenactment, you know, this offense was caused.
A tactical war against pedophiles? What are you talking about, dude? I thought it was against a troll. This guy's all over the place.
Do you get it though? I mean, like, honestly.
No, Sonia, he doesn't get it. He clearly doesn't get it. It's all about him and his image. He could give a shit about anybody but his image. And since DADDYGATE's got legs, and not only that, DADDYGATE just got a fucking rowboat and crossed the pond, he's upset. Great job. Make sure you guys sub to Chancer's channel and DADDYGATE podcast, links in the description. I got this from C's channel. I'm going to drop it in here also.
Me to you, do you really get why it would be so devastating to so many people?
Yeah, I've been reading the comments nonstop for the last few days, and it's, you know, I'm gutted that people who've been supporting me for up to 10 years have you know.
See, these weren't trolls. These guys were his legitimate supporters. His legitimate supporters who just seen that what he did was wrong and called him out. But now he's calling them all trolls and slanderers.
This has caused us to reassess our opinion of you.
Right. Well, I hope that, I mean, you know, we're all human. We're all fallible. We all make mistakes. I'm certainly not somebody who doesn't make mistakes. But again, I'm very grateful that you've been prepared to step up here today. Obviously, it's not our regular live stream. It's not going ahead tonight. We've all, Shawn and I and BNT, we all have to sit down. We all have to discuss.
And this is old now. When was this done? About a year ago? And what did he ask? I think he asked this woman to take it down, and they scrubbed it from the internet. It's just bizarre.
We're moving forward on this. This has been a blow to all of us. That's the.
And I got 2 downvotes. How could you downvote this video of a woman being abused and exploited, mentally abused and exploited by this guy? Honestly, even if you don't like me.
When you have an on-screen partner, their issue becomes your issue, and a lot of people have come to me demanding me to make statements, and I don't like anybody demanding me to do anything, but I do understand why people feel that, because they're invested in us. These people have become so invested in us that our fight is their fight, and so for them it's like, how could anybody think that would be okay? But I think you've been open, you've expressed your own frailties like we all have. How can I help you not to go here again, Shawn? If I had any idea that you were engaged in this, I mean, the truth is me and Callie are 2 different animals, right? Callie in some respects represents a lot of your history, whereas your kind of working with me represents where you're at now, and it's kind of like a push-pull scenario, and I mean this in no disparaging way towards her, but we're completely different animals, as I say, completely different people. And if I had any one clue that you were planning that as an idea, you know, I would have gone, no way, that's insane, because it would and so it's like you kept it in a small bubble between you and her and whoever else that you included in it, and nobody else.
James, the cameraman, was the only one who knew.
Right, and you involved James because you wanted that as a witness?
Yes. And he was editing the videos together for us.
Did you ever at any stage, because you do say in the video that this could ruin it all for you, the police could turn up now and everything, so It's not like you were completely detached from reality when you were doing it.
Exactly.
No, what I thought was, if the troll accepted the videos as real and posted them online, just those clips without showing the making of the clips, and then they were forwarded to the police.
What?
There was this time frame between when we actually released the explanation, whereby the police could take action and come here. But on the explanation, it shows that the coke is flour, and that the weed was sage, and it shows us setting it up and joking around and saying this is.
All right, even if that's true, let's say his story's true, it was all staged. You still think an advocate should do that, especially with an autistic woman who was sexually abused, man? This is insane. And I'm not buying this whole pedophile sting and to get the troll mad or call out the troll who doesn't even have a tenth of your subscribers. It makes no sense. Just say that you're a kinky little kinkster and you took advantage of the woman. Just say it.
Doing right now, we're setting this fake thing up. Just to go back to one of your earlier points there, then.
Yeah.
You asked about going forward on this. You know, you've come from a background of media professionalism, and you've got that skill set. I've just built this YouTube channel, started when I was fresh out of prison.
Oh my God!
Now,
So this look at the excuses he's throwing here. This is why this all happened because I just got like, come on, dude, you're just a spoiled little rich boy. You're just a spoiled little rich bitch who, everyone's gonna look at you as a hero. If not, they're all trolls and liars and slanderers. Bullshit.
yeah, you know, I'm a public speaker, and I do these things.
You shouldn't
but
be.
After being in Arizona prison for 6 years, I've still got a mentality that can get triggered.
What?
And
well, then maybe you shouldn't be a pedophile advocate then, man.
in prison, if someone challenges you
Right.
and you don't go full
But this is
force,
not
you're
pri-
considered a weak and a punk.
What's this talking about?
And also when people snitch on you, so when the troll was urging people to contact social services and contact the police and get Callie's son taken away from her just after all these kind people.
Oh, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. I hope that's. I don't think nobody should call and have someone's kid taken away from moms. But dude, you put this woman in this position. This is all your fault.
Help to get a house for, you know, provoking people to snitch. Again, I'm a bit institutionalized after prison.
Well, and number one, snitching. If a woman is being abused, if a woman is autistic, right? An autistic woman is being told that she should reenact her molestation, and somebody calls up on that, I don't really consider that a snitch. I consider that person caring about an autistic woman and doing their civic duty, actually.
These things are in my head then.
Because you're hurting women. You're taking advantage of this victim.
Not just someone who is...
And if anybody's a snitch, it's you with all the copyright strikes. You're the little rat running to YouTube police. Take them down. I'm a snitch.
Being completely evil to victims of pedophiles, but is also trying to get the police and the social services involved, snitching.
Right.
Snitching?
And in my head then it was just this, all this prison stuff was getting triggered, and I'm thinking, it's all out war now. This person's got to go down, and I'm going to go really evil to make this happen.
Wait. So I'm going to go really evil to make this happen by having Callie, the autistic woman, dress up in lewd pitches, all weird stuff, reenacting her molestation with him. He took a video of this woman on her knees with pigtails, dressed in a little child's outfit, calling him daddy and stuff. I believe it's sick.
Done that as much as I can, not having ever been in prison, but I've read your book. I know you've been through hell. And that's why I just wondered whether, because we all, you know,
doesn't matter if he's been through hell or not. What he did was wrong.
Back to whatever, you know, things just trigger us back into place. And
yeah, I don't get it, Adam. Adam says, how would this hurt a troll? I don't know. It would help the troll's channel. Everyone knows that's why Atwood Stories, nobody's buying it. And that's why Chancer and DADDYGATE's podcast has been so effective. Because it's the truth. And when you want to silence people and strike them like a stool pigeon, well, that means that you want to silence the truth. It hurts you.
I would like to just keep moving forward with you, Shawn Atwood, because I've seen the work you do, and it is important. I know.
All right, but Sonia, here's a problem. Do you think women who have been abused sexually should go to Shawn Atwood's house and do podcasts? You would want to go forward with that? No, I heard she dropped him after this. I don't know this woman from a hole in the wall. But you don't want a guy like he already did it once, so why would any victim do a podcast with him in his house?
Pretty much everything you've done regarding Callie, including the promotion of her on your channel. But that's not my business. And that's what people need to understand, is what you choose to do on your podcast is not my business. Who you choose to invite on your podcast is not my business. It's only my business if it overlaps in what we're doing. And of course this does. And that's why it became my business. But I want to thank you again for being prepared to talk with me, to do this live. We're not cutting this. There's no second attempt at this. This is as real as it gets, frankly. I mean, I've asked you everything that I can think of to ask. You've clarified that all of those things that people are questioning, you've clarified that it's all part of what you consider to be the prank. Before you go, because I know that you've got a very busy weekend ahead of you.
Here's my problem, Sonia. That doesn't hold water. She is giving him softball. She is going easy on him. How can you let him get away with not challenging him on the prank thing? And how can't you challenging him on the troll thing? Like, come on. She challenged him a little, but really let him off the hook.
By Mohammed, the founder of BNT, who wants to just say a few words. You know about that, Shawn. And hopefully we can bring him on. And I think, I think all of us are, because the thing is, I think it's left a lot of people a bit numb. That's the thing is, Shawn, I don't know if you realize how much people have really invested in you.
Yeah.
Like people really have invested in you so deeply and can't believe that you would have done that. Take pictures of this woman in these stages of undress and sexual acts.
Exactly.
It's
It's disgusting. It's degenerate, and it's abusing a woman. Bottom line, you're taking advantage of some woman and abusing her. You should not be a pedo advocate at all,
Shawn. But you're a human being, and let those in glass houses be the first to throw their stones, or whatever the expression is. I think this is a very important thing that's taken place here. I've never met anybody.
And this was scrubbed off the internet. I don't agree with what she's saying. Glad let Shawn just forget that Shawn did that. No problem. So what? What happens next time when some woman wants to go on his podcast who was sexually abused? You think that a woman should go on his podcast sexually abused? There's no way this lady believes that.
Who has been prepared to do this with me, right? And I've worked with a lot of people who have through their actions, have embroiled me in situations, and there's not one person, and some of them are bigger names than you, and some of them are smaller names than you, but there's not been one person who's been prepared to come online and answer questions. So people have to give you some credit for that. If nothing else, that takes something.
I've got nothing to hide. I did it.
Oh my God. He's got nothing to hide. He just made two different lies up that make no sense. Seems like you've got a lot to hide.
Stop.
You don't strike people's channels, okay? You don't take down videos in case you got something to hide or they trigger you.
Tips were good. The action should have been looked at more maturely and critically.
What?
And it's heartbreaking that I've upset some of my long-term followers, and I apologize to them.
Yeah, because you don't want the money to go away and the fans, but people seen it, man. And DADDYGATE will destroy his credibility, because no matter how they spin this over in the UK with their PR, striking Chance's channel, striking DADDYGATE podcast, it's the Streisand effect. You try to hide something like that, people get more interested. They want to know. And you will go down as a creep like that, honestly. Because you didn't own it. You're taking everything down and blaming it. It's ridiculous. I forget about it.
Joining us. I sincerely hope so. Let me just...
I don't know who this guy Muhammad is. Yeah, Chucky, he's a bullshitter, bro.
Yeah, it's
What's up, Ice Wolf?
I know that sounds really odd because it's
up,
not
Gino?
me. I wasn't involved.
Slimy, yep.
Emails.
Hi, Jen.
And as I say, these
Ava
aren't
Schutz.
trolls. These aren't people. There will always be people who want to bring us down, Shawn.
Hold on. Mikey says, look up James English exposes Shawn Atwood. Okay, I will, Mikey. Thank you.
That troll is not somebody who cares about children, because if that troll cared about children, they would not be going after people like me, who I'm clearly legit. I'm clearly not a shill.
I don't know who
They would
is
not
she
be going
talking about going after her. I don't think she means Chancer and them. I think she means the Dragonist person, Miss Doubtfire.
after people like you. They would not be going after people who've been through a history like Mike Tarraga or Callie. So
Well, they're going after Atwood because of what he did, you know, and I didn't want to make this video and make fun and make it funny and stuff, and you know what I mean? Because I could be roasting him, but I'm not doing that. I just wanted to play this and try to be fair. I can't give a biased opinion because obviously I don't like him, so oh man, this is nuts.
these people are not for the good of the movement, but people like you and I are. And that's why we always have
Wait,
to
how
be
is
above
Shawn
them,
good for the
always, but-
movement? I disagree, Sonia. How is Shawn good for the movement when he took an autistic woman and did that? And he admitted doing it. And if you want to believe his troll story, which holds no water, or if you want to believe the Callie pedo hunting story, he's good for the movement. Do you think he should take autistic women and set them up in pedophile stings? No.
I'm going to go, you know, clear
What
my head,
movement? I don't know.
have that weekend, you know. Any thoughts, Shawn, while we're waiting?
Yeah, I'd like to apologise to you and to BNT because you guys have backed me to the hilt throughout all of our live streams.
See, he's trying to keep his allies. Why don't you apologize to Callie?
And I didn't imagine that the blowback would escalate to the level where it would affect your own credibility through your association with me. If I'd have even
Dude,
imagined
that's
that
where
would-
you get lack of self-awareness, Shawn. You're such a kinkster friggin' perv, you know, to do that with Callie, the pictures, making her unzip your pants, DADDYGATE, like you have no credibility no more. You should just talk about ecstasy stuff. You should not do anything about didn't he get kicked off a few things like he's not allowed to speak at certain places no more? He shouldn't be. This man should not be in no movement to catch pedos and nothing like that. He took advantage of a woman who came on his podcast.
would have happened, I would have never have done it. But like I said, I was in that emotionally immature state. All I could think about was taking that scum down.
All he could think about was taking the troll down. A troll with a small little channel. And what does the troll do? Like, this makes no sense. Anybody who believes this is a moron. Hold on, let me see if I can catch that thing I just seen in the chat. Hold on. It's hard to put up the... Hold on. Where's that thing I wanted to put up? Fuck. Hold on. If you think this is sick, hold on. All right, here it is. Hey, Anne-Marie, if you think this is sick, just watch his videos with Ron Swanson, who delves in about the dark web, allegedly hunting pedophiles. Watch both their enjoyment and discussing it. You know, that's a good point right there because, okay, a lot of these pedophile hunters, not all of them. A lot of them are good guys who take down pedos, and God bless them, 100%. But there is some of them who really hide in plain sight and enjoy talking dirty and acting like a little kid on the phone for hours and hours and stuff like that. So they mask it. All right, if I was a sick pedo, right, who wanted to talk to little kids and all that, I would say, you know what? Let me act like a pedo hunter so I can do all this and get my rocks off, and I can just throw it under the guise of I'm just a pedo hunter. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Wasn't thinking about this potential outcome. I didn't think I'd be here now speaking to you, having this conversation.
I know it's not at all what any of us planned. And the reality is in my less experienced state, maybe 5 years ago, I wouldn't have seen a need for this conversation. But because I'm where I'm at, and because it's so important to me that we are always above and beyond reproach, because I love working with you, Shawn. You are a brilliant person to work with. You're fair, you know, you're kind, you're all of those things. That is what I have discovered about you. You are a decent person.
He's not a decent person, okay? A decent person would not do what he did.
We didn't even know each other last November. We started working together. We gelled brilliantly.
Yep, Jimmy Savile
And
hid
people
in
feel
plain
that.
sight.
And that is why you've got to admit, Mohammed, by the way, because you're in charge of the controls there. Do you know that? Yes. Yes.
Right.
PR gone wrong,
So,
Cuban, right?
Yeah. So at least I think this is a first step to being able to, you know, address the situation. You know, it's better than running away and not saying anything.
Not showing. I'm just showing you Saeed. Do you want me to make Saeed the
I'm not sure. I am not a techie person,
I'll make
despite
Saeed the host, so let's see. So he can admit Mohammed.
Yeah, apparently if you do that, that should be fine. He'll be able to do that now.
Right.
So yeah, no, this was definitely not the Saturday live stream you and I were intending. We had fantastic guests lined up for this evening. But we all need some time to, you know, after this, because it takes its emotional toll anyway, because when you have that weight of people, you know, who have something to say after being invested, you carry it. I certainly carry it because our viewers are really important to me, and I know they're important to you, you know. So, but hopefully you'll be joining us soon. And yeah, as I say, one of the reasons that I wanted to do it, Shawn, was because we see what happens in mainstream media. They cover over shit constantly, right? And that is not what we want to do. And like when Philip Schofield came out as gay and everything, the way that was stage managed and all the fakeness around it, and then Holly and Phil basically gaslighting everybody because they're like partners in crime. Well, that was never what we were ever going to be. No, probably not, actually. I'm not sure. Excuse me, viewers. Apparently it's off from YouTube, and we're going to go on to BNT. Oh, as we've got some Zoom issues.
All right, this is
So are we
basically
off of
over, but
YouTube,
I want to
Shawn?
see when this was made. Hold on, because I'm going to catch a strike for this, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Who cares? I want people to see this and know about this. All right, October 2020, this was done. So I guess he scrubbed it afterwards. Hold on, I want to go to C's channel where I got the original video from of him with the mask on saying he was going to strike me. Listen.
Why did I put a defamation claim against my Brett exposed? Anyone who repeats the lies put
Phone goal. Oh, let me stop sharing this so I can share C's channel. I never called you a gay pedo, man. I just called you a sick kinkster. You're a sick kinky dude who took advantage of that girl. Yeah, wow, that was insane. And how long did that lady keep that thing up? All right, I'm going to drop this channel. The guy who actually posted that, his name's C. He posted the video of him in the rear end wide shut costume or whatever. Oh man, that's sick. What's up, Miss Can't Be Wrong? Dante? I heard that some idiot thought my real name was Dante or something. Do you think I would actually put my real name on a Cash App that I would put up here? Come on, people. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to read some of the chat. Well, he's co-exposed single living Pete. This guy says he hasn't caught. Really? Well, all he's really done is talk about the Jimmy Saviles and, you know, former pedos and stuff like that. So actually, he's never caught one. Well, he says him and Callie were doing pedo sting, so I guess none of that worked out. You know, like unbelievable. And I don't care about this guy's defamation claims. Come sue me, you freak. And same with all you mob stool pigeons. Do it. Come sue me. You think I care? Like, do you think I give a shit? I have nothing anyways. So go sue me. I'll you know what I'll do when I go to court? I'll YouTube it. Ha ha. I'll YouTube it. You retards. And Atwood, you look like a creep, dude. And I never called you a pedo. I don't have no proof of that. I don't call people things I have no proof of. But I do have proof that you took advantage of a woman. That's a fact. That's non-negotiable. That's a fact. And I don't care if I get a strike on my channel. I'll go to my other channel and use it. I don't care about super chats and all that. That I don't, fuck that. Who cares? When it comes to shit like this, some of these guys hide in plain sight. Now, maybe I don't believe Atwood's a pedo who would hurt kids, but I do believe he will take advantage of women that have autism, like Callie, and he did do that. So it's just like, come on, dude. The poodles, forget about it. The Cash App isn't anonymous. Oh. You don't have to listen. If you're worried about you don't have to send no money, dude. If you're worried about people finding out who you are, don't send nothing. You don't have to send money on this channel. You can't find C's channel. I'm gonna drop it for you, Cheech. I'm gonna drop it right now. This is C's channel. That's the guy. He watches my channel a lot. So I just dropped it in there. That's the guy C's channel. He's always on here and stuff. Jenny says, it's disgusting, Emery. It's a form of ratting. Those who strike and try to shut down channels because they want to talk. Yes, I agree, Jenny. It's a rat move. Everybody knows that. Mob Rats UK, what's up, buddy? Give Mob Rats UK a sub, too. Drop your channel, man. He's been a long time good buddy. Posh Stride. Trying to read some of the chat. Sorry, folks. Forgot about it. The StreamYards have been terrible. Brian, thanks for subbing. I said stubbing. Discovery would be a field day. Discovery on it. The suicide attempt. And remember, the suicide attempt was at this man's house where Callie tried to throw herself off of his balcony or something to that extent. So, and like Chancer said, he would love to see that. You guys, make sure in the description there's Chancer's podcast and there's a DADDYGATE podcast. These William Wallace and these other island people, the Scots, the Celts, all these guys, Wales, all the glorious folks over there have been trying to expose this and put it out there, and they're being silenced. They're being silenced and struck, defamations where nobody can see it over there. It's just really disgusting. But guess what? Your cousins across the pond can see it. And I don't like that kind of stuff. And I got their back. Tonight I will be streaming Guilt for the Guiltless, Part 7 tonight. Not sure what time, but I hope you people can join me. We'll bullshit and have a good time and listen to the book and to what those creeps say. But I'm going to take off right now. Thank you guys for the super chats and the cash apps. Appreciate it. And make sure you sub to them channels in the description. Sub to C's channel. And if you guys got wrenches of your channels, drop it. Just as long as you don't platform stool pigeons. If you platform stool pigeons, don't do it. I don't like, I'm not going to shout channels out that platform rats. All right, take care, everybody. God bless. Thank you very kindly for watching. And Shawn, make your move, Shawnee boy. Make your move. The ball's in your court.